Today I'm happy to announce my reaction to a new full-frame camera that came out by the Nikon line. You know, they announced the Photokina. And it's something great. It's the Nikon the Nikon D610. Ah, man, I keep saying it wrong. The Nikon D810. Nothing like that. It's the Nikon D750. What the hell is this? So before I jump into my reaction of the announcement yesterday, tonight, or last night, whatever it was, Nikon did officially announce their D750. Now, is this the successor to the D700, or is it just something else in the line? Well, let me tell you this. I own the D600, what I have right here. I'm not just showing off my gear, I'm just showing you, how I can judge this type of thing, even though I don't have the camera. But I want to give my reaction to this, and I do own the very, very popular flagship camera, the D700 as well. Now, why did I go with these? See, I'm not even jumping into the 750 yet. See, the 600 I like because obviously it does video. It actually does very well in low light. The dust sensor crap, it's overblown. All that aside, but it's a great portable camera. It is lighter. It's more of a plasticky type of build, but it does what you need. It is better than D7000, 7100, and it really is great. I feel comfortable throwing this up to 4000 ISO, and I know it's going to have a little bit of grain, but I don't care at all. So this is a very nice camera. This is in the 20-ish megapixel range, but I also do have the D700, which is 12 megapixels, and this thing is built like a freaking tank, even without the grip. I mean, it's just... It's mind-blowing on what it can. I can set this to 6000 ISO and I don't care because this thing does really, really well. Now, both cameras don't have a lot of frames per second, so they're not sports type cameras per se. But I wouldn't trade the D700 for the world. But as a Nikon guy, as a D700 guy, we've been looking to see what the hell Nikon would do to upgrade it. So they did, as I said, a Photokina, they came out with the D750. So here we have it here. I don't see what they really did. I don't find it being a really true, and as I cover everything in a second, I don't find it being a replacement for the 700 whatsoever. I find it to be just something different. It's essentially, at the price tag, it's $2,300. It's essentially the D800 with the D600 with the D610 body, or D810 with the D610 body, and a few just a little tweaks, and that's about it. So it's like replacing the D800 with lower megapixels. I mean, I guess the price point isn't terrible, but it's 24.3 megapixels, I guess, which isn't too bad. That's pretty much the norm, pretty much what your D600, your D610 will make, but you don't need more than that in my opinion, so that's fine. So it's going to have the 51-point autofocusing system from the 810. Hopefully it doesn't have the autofocusing issues that has, and it'll do 6 frames per second. I don't know why you just bump it up to 7. 6 frames per second blast. And what's cool is they went back a year ago and now integrated Wi-Fi. Once again, I don't really need Wi-Fi myself, as if I'm looking at the camera, I know what the hell I'm getting. But there you go. They caught up to Nikon in that regards. So they have the built-in Wi-Fi and the vari-angle LCD, which is a good picture from here, on the Verge's website that I saw. Cool. The common argument is, oh, well, not all professionals don't use them. That's true. It does come down to, the user. But my thing is, they're like, okay, so if you're laying on the ground, it's easier to use like that. Well, if you're laying on the ground, you're doing that, your focus probably still isn't going to be well, and any photographer would actually just lay down on the ground. So I don't want to hear much past that. So there you go. There's the 750, and it kind of the first looks, it does look exactly like the D600. I mean, even looking at the button layout itself, it's actually essentially the same damn thing. But that this does have video as well. And the cool thing is it has the standard typical video thing, 1080p, 60 frames a second, so, nothing huge, and it really freaking resembles, wow, it's just stunning at how this resembles so much the Nikon D600. I mean, it's it's just a little shocking, going back to the D700, here's the top of the D750. I mean, it's great to have your ISO button up here, white balance and all that kind of stuff, and your quality. Then to just have it down, let's see if they'll get to a picture of it, where it's just on the back, like, that's so inconvenient to access. You know, right here is where they have the ISO. So I'm just completely blown away of the lack of build quality by this, first of all, and it's going to have that more plasticky type of build for what everyone was really, really hoping for. It's going to come out in late September for $2,300, and here Nikon goes again with their, you know, I'm going to be very blunt with it, with their bullshit battery grip pricing of $500. First of all, you didn't sell much with your D800 because that was $510 at the time. So yeah, let's make another battery grip that no one will buy for $500. Really, Nikon? Total piss on you. All right. So going down, you know, I just see a couple things. You know, Pro Color Body, they say it sees in the light. The cool thing is, but once again, it's really in their D800, their 810 line, that it's including what their XSpeed4 imaging processor. Canon's almost getting way past there now, so we kind of need to catch up with that. It says it increased their highlight weighted metering. Cool, I guess. I don't really see that you know, that much of a difference with anything like that. And it added a new flat picture control, which Nikon already has had, but you could pretty much make that yourself. Now, their big argument is going to be that it's going to have everything like the D810 has. Well, that's the case. Your D800 didn't sell because it just wasn't a good camera. So this will have manual video control and all that kind of stuff. So cool, you know, I guess great. I'm really trying to search for something that just really grabs me and blows me away. I mean, I guess I should be happy that they released the camera. It's full frame. It's $2,300. It's 24 megapixels, so it's not overkill. It has a touch screen. It has a vari-angle screen that's not even touchscreen, which, you know, Canon has. But I'm just not. It's no upgrade to me. I mean, what will coax someone to go from the D700 to the D750 now? I don't see anything at all. So, you know, 3.8 variant touchscreen, 100% full frame coverage, better because you're full frame. 150,000, they're rating the shutter, and they, you know, announced another flash and thing as well. So I'm actually going to cover the flash in a second. But that's really my reaction to this camera. I don't get it. I don't see what its uses in the line. When you have the 810 and when you have the D600, at this point, you might as well grab the D600, or the D610, I'm sorry, because that's the replacement, because it's just, blah. There's nothing there for me. There's nothing there for anyone to grab onto. As I said, essentially, it just replaced the time in the line where it was the D800 because it's literally the exact same freaking price. Now, say if this didn't have the anti-alias filter and all that kind of stuff, yeah, that would kind of look like the D800E, but it would offer something different for your moiraying issues. So that's my opinion about this. The Nikon D750, I was, you know, my reaction video I think I made last week, I was actually... I was optimistic about it, but I knew it was going to be some, you know, some cheesy, some quirky stuff, and I guess I was wrong when, you know, they rumored that it was going to have a very nice build, you know, similar to the D700, but there's just too many red flags with this for me. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a great camera. Of course it's going to be, but it's no true upgrade because essentially it's a D800 with a D600 guts. If you think about it, you know, obviously in an extreme situation, yes, it has the D4S, blah, 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 blah. But essentially, that's what this is. I don't know the market they're trying to appeal to because the D800 did fail, and essentially so did the 600 because of all their, you know, sensor issues and all that kind of stuff. So that's a D750. Very, very disappointed. I don't think it's an upgrade whatsoever, and I already own the 600. So I guess I will. I was really looking forward to moving up, you know, my D700 a little bit because I've already had it for 2 years, and the camera's from I think 2006. So you know that is what it is. So I'm also going to cover the one thing that they also announced, and that's the SB-500. That's one of their first where it's it's a speed light and a LED light. First of all, they're charging $250 for this. So you can grab a better light, you know, for something like this, and I mean, this is just a shitty little speed light. I'll be completely honest with you. It's not going to give you much power, and it's, you know, $250, and its little light is right here, and that's not going to do anything whatsoever in a dark situation. So that's all I got. So that's a waste. And the D750 to me, it's going to be an amazing camera, but so disappointed on the pro side of photography because it doesn't offer really a damn thing. Very disappointed. What are your guys' thoughts, especially D700 owners? What do you think? Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. Nikon, what the hell are you doing? So you blew your shot at doing something great. I'm done. Keeping a D700. Oy vey.